Breaking news. Release my certificate to article, not gender, transcript, others. Tinubu begs U.S. judge. APC from top to bottom. Top to bottom. Top to bottom. Now what we will see till today. Make una see wetin this man dey hide o. If this man is proud of your credentials, why are you hiding it? Who do Nigerians? Abeg, who do Nigerians? Anyway, my wonderful Biafran brothers, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. Happy Tuesday, oh. This one na early Tuesday morning broadcast. Na ya can give on. Oga Agbado, on sinu no oka. Nobody know wetin this man dey hide. Are you sure say no be another person certificate? Now this man just dey carry the waka because according to the record, they say what they have there is Bola Tinubu, but this man I can add in say him be Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the gender say na female. And I remember saying come out the other day, come tell us who say if the gender wey dey for a certificate come be female, say that one no concern am, say na Chicago State University, na them make the mistake. Anyway, na so the thing take be o. Before we proceed, I beg, make you sure say you subscribe to my channel, you like, you comment, and you share every of my content. The notification icon, turn it on so that you will get notice and updates from this my Ubonga channel. Other headlines that we have here this morning, we don't have much time to waste, so we are going straight to the point. There's no point going into frivolities or talking because I'm trying to manage my voice just to make sure that my business of the day I never disappoint my people and also all the whole people that believes in me. According to this one, the Nigerian politics, they said, and I quote, "Stop the lies, propaganda, release details of petrol landing cost, pricing, articles head, tackles Fulani government of Nigeria. Nigerians are still paying subsidy while APC come out and tell us subsidy is gone. When will the youth of this country and the people wey believe say that this country will work according to them, when will they rise up and challenge the impunity that is happening in the Nigerian system?" Under space of 119 days, our so-called president of the APC and the Fulani government have borrowed over 15 trillion naira added to the 7 trillion naira the former APC president brought us to. Very soon, Nigeria will never have a place again to borrow. According to the headline we have here, your only hatred for Tinubu is your lack of access. As Sheon Kuti tells Nigerians, this two-sided mouth of a person. You don't come again with your this thing. Anyway, that one is story for another day. May we continue with other news that we have here today. Another headline we have here, my wonderful people. This one says, and I quote, "I knew this as far back as 1999. Bayo Ononuga reveals findings on Tinubu's certificate saga." This one on top Nigerian news matter, and this one day. Presidential Tribunal Supreme Court, fire is suspicious, should be investigated. PDP shouting and lamenting over fire incident at the Supreme Court. Well, my wonderful people, let us go straight to the reason why we are here this morning. No time to tell time. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has asked a federal judge in the United States to direct Chicago State University to give only his university certificate to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. Tinubu, through his lawyers on Monday, asked the judge, Nancy Maldonado, to block all other details, especially the gender and admission records, among others, of the person who owns the certificate from being disclosed. The identity of who was admitted into Chicago State University in the 1970s has been controversial after the Chicago State University transcript emerged that indicated the school admitted a female Bola Tinubu from the Southwest College, Chicago in 1977. Recall that Tinubu, through his lawyers, had asked Miss Maldonado to delay the order of the judge, Jeffrey Gebhardt, a magistrate that ordered the university to release his academic records to Atiku. Oga Tinubu asked the judge to save him from suffering severe and irreparable damage by placing an emergency hold on a recent order for his university records to be released. Nigerian government, we are dealing with somebody who don't have identity. That is what we are doing here. According to the president, the damage he would suffer will be impossible to mitigate if the order directing the release of his academic records to Atiku is not delayed for possible vacation. This is harm in allowing discovery on issues and documents outside the diploma. Tinubu's lawyers said in their full briefing to the court seeking a review of Judge Jeffrey Gebhardt's order by Ms. Maldonado, a district judge. Stop the lies. Stop the propaganda. Release the details of petrol landed cost, pricing, Atiku's aid, tackles Fulani government. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar's Special Assistant of Public Communication, Frank Shuaibu, has dared the All Poverty Congress, led federal government to publish the landing cost of petrol. In a statement to Good News, while reacting to a press release by the National Publicity Secretary of the APC, Felix Moka, Shuaibu asked the Fulani government also to release details of the pricing template being used by the government to keep the cost of petrol at less than 640 naira per litre. Atiku's aide said the government claimed that the petroleum sector had been deregulated was a fat lie and that subsidy was still being paid. He added, the Petroleum Industry Act mandates the total deregulation of the petroleum sector. A deregulated regime has no room for price control. If the APC is saying subsidy is not back, they should explain how petrol is still being sold at less than 650 naira per litre when the international price of crude oil is about $94 per barrel and the exchange rate on the IE window is 780 naira per dollar and 1,000 naira on the parallel market. How is it that diesels, which have been deregulated, currently cost 1,000 naira per litre, while petrol is over 25% less? Let the APC explain and stop peddling lies. Shaibu said the APC-led government had continually admitted failure by going ahead to sack and detain some of the former President Muhammadu Buhari's appointees. He said the same APC that praised Godwin Emefiele for 8 years and deceived Nigerians with propaganda and their so-called agricultural revolution have gone ahead to sack the same Emefiele and detain him for 4 months. The same APC that claimed to have fought corruption has now gone ahead to detain the man in charge of the anti-corruption war, Abdulrasheed Bawa, for 4 months. You can see that these people are nothing but bare-faced liars and deceivers, according to Frank Shuaibu. Tinubu claimed he wanted to cut the cost of governance and yet appointed 48 ministers, out of which 10 are from his region. Yet, the APC claims he is running a fair administration. This is laughable. Adams Oshomole even said last month that Tinubu inherited a bad situation. How can a maggot criticize the fly that gave birth to it? And that is the issue. Atiku's head asked the APC to do more on governance rather than propaganda, adding that the patience of Nigerians was already running out. Wale Edun said recently that the last time Nigeria's economy did well was 10 years ago. That is an administration of the failure that the APC represents. Under the watch of that blood-sucking party, poverty has reached unimaginable heights. Nigeria has even lost its crown as the largest producer of oil in Africa, What a shame, Shaibu said. He said that Tinubu ought to apologize to Nigerians for lying about a proposed meeting with the United States President Joe Biden instead of trying to offer flimsy excuses. Shaibu said, so a 3-minute meet and greet on the sidelines of the G20 in India is what APC is now describing as a meeting of Biden and Tinubu. This is indeed shameful. The statement from the presidency said the meeting will take place on the sidelines of hunger in New York, not the one that happened in India. It is obvious that the so-called meeting only existed in the minds of Tinubu and his paid writers. He left hunger empty-handed and traveled to Paris without even informing Nigerians of his whereabouts. What a joke. This meeting he is having with Macron, we will see the outcome of it. Nigerian news. In another development, I knew as far as 1999, Bayo Ononuga reveals findings on Tinubu's certificate saga. All Poverty Congress APC chieftain, Mr. Bayo Ononuga, has slammed supporters of the Labour Party presidential candidate in the February 25th general election, P2P, and Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party PDP over the controversy on the certificate of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Okuda News report that Ononuga, while responding to an ex-user who posted 2 documents concerning the academic records of Tinubu, said supporters of the opposition parties are chasing shadows and wasting time arguing about Tinubu's attendance at the Chicago State University. The supposed Labour Party supporter claimed that Tinubu had an opportunity to clear himself of the certificate saga but ignored the international media, which is the CNN. He called on the Supreme Court to disqualify Tinubu for certificate forgery and impersonation of someone's identity. Responding to the post, Ononuga retweeted that Bolambe Tinubu attended and graduated from the Chicago State University, stressing he knew the truth as far back as 1999. Then why is him hiding his credentials? All these people defending what is not defendable. No good night to kill all of honor. The APC chieftain said he visited the school and collected Tinubu's first attestation letter from the school's registry. He further urged Labour Party and PDP supporters to allow Tinubu to brief to enable him to face the business of the governors. He wrote, supporters of Atiku and P2B continue to chase shadows and waste time controverting Tinubu's attendance of Chicago State University. The unassailable truth is that he attended the university and graduated in 1979. As far back as 1999, I knew this to be the truth. I visited the university as an editor-in-chief of my paper and collected from the school's registrar the first attestation letter about Tinubu's graduation. The document you gleefully posted on the right shows your confusion and malice. It speaks about University of Chicago and not CSU. Can you and your band please allow President Tinubu to breathe to enable him to face the serious business of governors, according to Bayo Ononuga. The last but not the least, Presidential Tribunal, Supreme Court, fire is suspicious, should be investigated, PDP. The People's Democratic Party PDP has demanded an investigation into Monday's fire incident which affected a section of the Supreme Court complex in Abuja. The party said it is suspicious that the fire would occur at a time when the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal is pending before the Apex Court. It further expressed fear that action might be an attempt to cripple the effectiveness of the Supreme Court in handling matters before it. Okute News records a fire outbreak on Monday morning occurred at the Supreme Court of Nigeria at 3 Arms Zone in Abuja, destroying some parts of the federal institution. The fire burned the office of some justice and forced some occupants of the building to scamper for safety. The public relations officer for the court, Festus Akande, who confirmed the fire incident, said the cause of the fire was electrical issues from one of the chambers of the justice and was put out with the use of fire extinguishers. However, The PDP, in a statement by its National Publicity Secretary, Debo Olubunaga, has demanded an immediate full-scale investigation into the fire incident. The party also demanded that the outcome of the investigation be made public. The party statement reads, "The People's Democratic Party (PDP) is alarmed by the fire incident at the Supreme Court, describing it as suspicious. The PDP is worried over the fire outbreaks, especially given heightened public apprehensions of possible arsonist attack, with the intent to cripple and frustrate the Supreme Court from effectively discharging its constitutional duties, especially with regard to high-profile electoral cases, including the presidential election appeals pending before it. Our party demands an immediate full-scale investigation into the fire outbreak with a view to unraveling the circumstances of possible sabotage in the incident." The PDP insists that the outcome of the investigation should be made public, unlike those of previous fire incidents in various government ministries, departments, and agencies which were characteristically swept under the carpet by the All Poverty Congress APC administrations. While calling on the Fulani government to beef up security around the Supreme Court, the PDP also demands that Nigeria must be assured of the safety of sensitive documents and equipment at the court, especially at this critical time. Meanwhile, the public relations officer for the Court of Appeal, Festus Akande, has said the fire incident that occurred on Monday morning will not affect the presidential election petition. During an interview on Arise TV on Monday, Akande stated that the fire outbreak has no connection with the petition in court. He noted that the fire outbreaks affected the chamber with a computer, equipment, and functional library due to an electrical fault. So, my wonderful Biafran brothers and sisters, my Nigerian people, and also the world at large, now here I go take leave on and make on use it one. They enjoy on a Tuesday. I'll be right back again with another blockbuster. So make on do what? Make on help me share this message, like, comment, and make sure you subscribe to my channel for a better experience and more videos to come as we proceed. Have a nice day, and may the good Lord bless you all, prosper you, and provide all that is needed for you to succeed in this critical Nigerian time, or this critical situation we find ourselves in this Nigeria. Have a nice day. Bless you all, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Bye for now, my wonderful people. I'll be right back. Kemesiano.